Hello, boxing aficionados. This is Stacy Dash, and welcome to N.W.J, the world's most dangerous boxing page. At a time where truth is dangerous, Jay pulls no punches. So get your hands up and keep swinging. And don't forget, subscribe. Peace.
I'm watching another interview on BWTM Sports where the interviewer was talking to, forgive me for calling the interviewer, I forget his name, but he's from the UK, and he has on James Ali Bashir on a lot, and James trained Klitschko, worked in the Lewis camp. He trained Alexander Usyk for 3 years, so he said the Ukrainian fighters are going to take over boxing. He said they're just dedicated to hard work. And he's always real honest, but he said even if Joshua were to bring him as a trainer into his camp, he said it would still be hard to fight Usyk, because he said the Usyk that he fights next time is going to be a different Usyk than he faced the first time. And he said this dude is just on a whole nother level. He said he knows how he thinks, and Usyk is just he's held in high regard by James Ali Bashir, and like I said, he's worked with him for 3 years, so he knows him well. And he goes on and on talking about how the Ukraine fighters are just, they're in the gym all the time. They're in the gym all the time. If they're not, sparring, then they're working out. They're just constantly improving their game. And I see a problem with the American boxers now. It's like fighters from all over are taking over. The Ukraine, the UK, Russia, Germany. What's going on with America? Do we have it too easy, or are Americans becoming too soft? I've talked about this before, a microwave society where everything has to happen fast. It takes time to, develop yourself as a fighter. And a lot of people, I guess, don't have the patience for it in America because everything's handed to us. Everything is coming quickly. We're in the Ukraine. They take their time, They make sure by the time they have their 12th fight, they're ready for a title shot because they put so many hours in the gym. And in fact, I was listening to James Bashir talk about all the wars that were going on in the Kronk. And he would say how, you shouldn't spar too hard every time, only once in a while. He said some guys look beat when they come into the ring because they've had so many wars in the gym before the fight. You're supposed to hone your skills, not, get your jaw broken and then you can't even fight. Even Dana White talked about that with the UFC guys. Cain Velasquez would have to pull out of certain fights, and he's like, you guys got to take it easy over there. I know you train hard, but you can't go all out and sparring all the time or these fights will keep getting canceled. So you have to know how to train and how to be effective without getting your bell rung in camp. And also, James Bashir talked about how he and Emmanuel Stewart aren't a fan of all this high-tech training. Like, he doesn't like when fighters do their legs through those ropes real fast. He's like, you need to mimic what you're doing in the ring. He doesn't like those big teardrop water bag type things fighters punch. He said you need a bag that's shaped like a human being so you know what spots to hit from the ground up, not hanging from the ceiling. I've never been too big on the speed bag. I know it goes back and it's good work for your shoulders and it's good for your timing and stuff like that, but you don't hit like that in the ring. So he's not a fan of the pad works where the trainer holding the pads is slapping the fighter's gloves like that. So he knows a whole lot. And Anthony Joshua has to get in one of these trainers. He has to get in either James Ali Bashir, has to get in Stacy McKinley, or Tommy Brooks. He's got to, because Usyk, I was watching his highlights, and the dude just figures you out. And I think his power is underestimated. He's not one of those guys that's going to hit you unless you're Tony Bellew from the Creed movie. But he's not one of those guys like Mike Tyson. But the fact that he wears you down for so long, by the time he hits you with anything, you're going to go down because you're so worn out. See, Canelo wears you out and has that knockout power to go with it, but Usyk is going to be tough to watch. I said tough to watch. Usyk is going to be tough to beat. He's going to be tough to watch for somebody in the ring with him. But go check out James Ali Bashir's interview he did with BWTM Sports and Gaming. And it's a lot of knowledge. He can tell you stories about, things he saw about when Klitschko dropped Wilder in training camp with a body shot. He was there. He talks about where him and Lennox Lewis have private phone conversations. It's really good thing. It's really good stuff for those who are into the art of pugilism. Anyway, thanks for watching. It's been N.W.J, the world's most dangerous. Let's try it again. This has been N.W.J, the world's most dangerous boxing platform. And let's make sure this page takes off like a car with the brakes off. Shout out to Canelo, 168 champ. And Caleb Plant, you made a great showing of yourself. Nothing to be embarrassed or ashamed about. You'll be back.